there's a fleet that's on the Great Lakes that is very small. And by small, I mean like less than 4 ships. And even though the fleet is small, the ships are still known to be very beautiful. And now that we're done talking about inland lakes management, let's get to Central Marine Logistics. Central Marine Logistics is a 3-ship fleet that was created after the boats were sold from Inland Steel. What boats am I talking about? Well, of course, the Joseph L. Block, Wilfred Sykes, and Edward L. Ryerson. Now, these ships, they were formerly owned by the Inland Steel fleet, but after the Inland Steel fleet went bankrupt, they were sold to another fleet that I'm not going to tell you because you can kind of just research that. But after they were then sold to the ArcelorMittal Company, and that is when Central Marine Logistics was created. But then around 2020, I actually don't know what year it was specifically because, like I said, I don't do research except now. These ships were sold to the Indiana Harbor Steamship Company, and the Indiana Harbor Steamship Company is their current owner. The Indiana Harbor Steamship Company is like a division of the Cleveland Cliffs Company, so on the smokestack it says Cliffs, and I actually really like the new stack colors. They're actually really pretty. But there are the ships, the Wilfred Sykes, the Joseph L. Block, and there's one more, which is the one that we're going to talk about today, the Edward L. Ryerson. Now, here's some quick history. The Edward L. Ryerson was built and launched in 1959. It was built by the Manitowoc Shipbuilding Company. She measures 730 feet long, 75 feet wide, and has a depth of 39 feet. She also has a maximum carrying capacity of 27,500 tons. And obviously, the Edward L. Ryerson is powered by a steam turbine engine, owned by the Indiana Harbor Steamship Company and operated by Central Marine Logistics. That makes sense, doesn't it? Now, I'm not sure if it was before or after the 2009 shipping season, but during 2009, the Edward L. Ryerson was put in long-term layup in Superior, Wisconsin. Not a lot of people know why, but there are a few theories on why she was put in a long-term layup. One of the theories is that lack of demand, that she just wasn't needed because there wasn't enough steel to be shipped. Another reason is that her new owners couldn't afford to run her, so they just decided to lay up one of the ships and they chose the Edward L. Ryerson. And another reason is that she is not as efficient as her fleet mates because she doesn't have a self-unloader, or in other terms, she's just gearless. Now, I want to try and gear this video towards what could happen to the Edward L. Ryerson post-layup, rather than why she's in layup. So the Edward L. Ryerson, when she was put in long-term layup, she was owned by the ArcelorMittal Company. She's now owned by the Indiana Harbor Steamship Company, obviously, but here's the thing. A lot of people think just because she's under new ownership means that she could come out any day now. But here's the thing. Those are just the owners. The operator, Central Marine Logistics, was operating the ship back when it was in the ArcelorMittal Company. Like the fleet, when you're looking at the fleet and someone asks you who they're owned by, you always say Central Marine Logistics. Everyone says Central Marine Logistics. Not a lot of people say Indiana Harbor Steamship Company unless they're trying to really be that boat watcher that everyone just kind of looks at and says hi. Now, the Edward L. Ryerson has also been in long-term layup for over 10 years, 13 to be exact. And ships are not meant to just be sitting and doing nothing. They need to be operating. This is why the Philip R. Clark was brought out recently. They don't want these ships to rot. The Edward L. Ryerson, while it may look nice from the outside, there's probably so much work that needs to be done. Now, there have been some rumors that were spreading around saying that her engine room just got inspected. And I'm actually believing those rumors because it is possible that her engine room did just get inspected. Now, the Edward L. Ryerson, it is different from her fleet mates. She doesn't have a self-unloader, she's gearless, so she's less efficient. Now, what could happen post-layup is that she could be converted to a self-unloader. But while the concept of converting a ship may be simple, it's not easy at all. First of all, you need to slope the bottom, you need to add 3 conveyor belts, you need to buy a boom, which cannot be cheap. And also, the ship's company, the builders, Manitowoc Shipbuilding Company, they're closed down, so they need to get their parts from Sturgeon Bay or Bay Shipbuilding Company. So it's not going to be the easiest task, but it could happen. Now, I'm about to ask a question that I honestly don't know, and I'd like you guys to put in the comments unless you guys don't know. Who decided to put the Edward L. Ryerson in layup? Was it ArcelorMittal or was it Central Marine Logistics? Depending on who, that can give us the answer on who will bring it back. Now, every boat watcher dreads the day that 2 tugboats are hooked up to this ship and tow her all the way to Turkey. But here's the thing. This ship has been in layup for 13 years, and you guys may think, oh, long-term layup always is a sign for scrapping. Not always. The John Sherwin has been in layup for 20 years, maybe more than 20 years. I'm not really good at math. And they haven't scrapped it yet. Who knows what could happen to that ship? I could do a separate video on it if you want me to. But the Edward L. Ryerson, there's still a chance that it could come back, especially if demand goes back up. Central Marine Logistics may want to bring the ship out just so they're not, like, spending too much money on 2 ships. The Edward L. Ryerson, it is a ship that is either going to return to service or be turned into a museum ship. I don't think any company, including Cleveland Cliffs, is going to have the heart to scrap it. So just think on the positive side, it's either going to return to service, which we all hope it does, or turn into a museum ship. And personally, in my opinion, it does not have to be your opinion. This ship, I really want it to return to service, and I'm sure a lot of you want it to return to service. Now we're going to talk about what could happen if she does return to service. One obvious thing that's going to happen is that she's going to get her smokestack repainted. As of when I last checked, she still has the Arcelor middle paint job, so she's going to have to get the new Cleveland Cliffs livery because Cleveland Cliffs is her new owner, as it says on the Indiana Harbor Steamship Company website. Another thing that's going to happen is that she's definitely going to have to get some inspections on her hull because, who knows, that hull may not be strong enough for service yet. There's not much else that's going to need to be changed other than the possibility of her being converted into a cell-phone loader, but the chances of that are being low. This is really all I have to say about the Edward L. Ryerson. If there's anything that you want to say, please say it kindly in the comments and what you think could happen to her once she comes out of layup. This is an honest discussion that was requested of me. I do want to give some shout outs. I will give those in a minute. But I do appreciate the requests that were given to me. I didn't really know what to say prior to coming into this video because I honestly don't know what could happen to the Edward L. Ryerson. It could either stay in layup, be converted into a museum ship, or return to service, and I prefer it to return to service, but whatever Central Marine Logistics does to it, we will find out. I appreciate you guys watching this video. If there are any other videos you want me to make, or any other Great Lakes discussions you want, please comment down below. I'll be glad to make them, especially since I don't really have a brain to think about what videos I can make on my own. And also, if you're into boat watching, be sure to follow my Ships of the Lakes Instagram account. It is gaining followers like crazy, and I appreciate more support. There will be more posts coming this weekend. I appreciate you all for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!